Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum guys. Welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Aftab Ali. I am a pediatrician. I am currently pursuing MRCPCH. I have cleared both paper of part 1, that is FOP and TAS. So today I will discuss my FOP journey with you, that how to start a study for FOP. Let's start. FOP resources. FOP resources are first of all clinical cases of FOP book, then the illustrated book of pediatrics, pediatric survival guide, pediatric and neonatal guidelines, past test questions bank online subscription, recall paper, sample papers, ethics and palliative notes. These are the some cover pictures of FOP resources: pediatric survival guide, FOP cases book. This is the guideline, pediatric guideline. This is neonatal guideline. This is illustrated book. All of these we will discuss in detail in coming slides. So first of all, it is a textbook, illustrated textbook of pediatrics. Start a study with this book. It's my favorite book, and it will improve your basic pediatric knowledge. Let me show you some picture of these diagrams from the illustrated textbook. See this diagram 18.8 in the A diagram. So it is a heart shape. In this they demonstrate that the four component of the tetralogy of Elliott. This is the tetralogy of Elliott. The four component: pulmonary stenosis, VST, coarctation of the aorta, and the right ventricular hypertrophy. In the picture B, you can see sign of the tetralogy of Elliott. You can see ejection systolic murmur at the right upper external edge and the single A2 sounds. In the C diagram, chest X-ray has the oligogenic lungs field and the boot-shaped heart. In the ECG, here the right ventricular hypertrophy is showing in the V1 with the prominent R wave. So beautifully defined in small diagram all the feature of tetralogy of Elliott's. Initially components, then signs, then the X-ray chest, then the ECG. Now if you see the second diagram, which showing the left to right shunts, in which I am only defining the large VST. If you see the large VST, symptoms are of the heart failure. You know the heart failure symptoms: tachypnea, tachycardia, hepatomegaly. If you see the signs: active pericardiums, loud P2, soft systolic murmur, tachypnea, hepatomegaly. If you see at the management, so diuretics, captoprils, high calorie intakes, and surgery at 3 to 6 months of age. Now moving to clinical cases book. It has 50 cases. It is very important book, RCPCH suggests this book. Even same to same questions could come in exam from this book. Let me show you the case from this book like this. This is the 31st case, chapter 31, crash call to the emergency department. Initially they will give you a scenario. In scenario they will give the clinical features, investigations, and then they will ask, like in question 1 they are asking about the what is most important management step. In question 2 they are asking about the likely diagnosis. In question 3 they are asking next important management step. So in FOP exam mainly they ask about the management, diagnosis, treatment, and investigations, like these they will ask. In further, after the questions they explain all these options which are given in the questions, explained very well in the chapters. Now moving forward, the pediatric survival guide. It's a very good book. It will boost your knowledge. With my personal experience, I prefer this book for all exams of the MRCPCH, even FOP, TAS, AKP, and even clinical exam. It's a very good book. You have to read this book. It is written on the experience based. The author has experience of the exam, so he wrote this book. This diagram showing a picture from the pediatric survival guide. You can see these are the vascular changes at birth, especially the closure of the ductus arteriosus, closure of the foramen ovale, how these changes occur after birth. Now come to the guidelines. Guidelines, there are two guidelines books, one for pediatrics and other is for neonatal. It is very important for FOP exams. Many questions must come from these guidelines. Few important guidelines are the diabetic ketoacidosis, UTI, asthma, Hinnon-Schollen purpura, HSP, varicella infection, TB, celiac disease, febrile convulsions, ITP, HIV, hepatitis B virus, IBD, meningococcemia, bronchiolitis, croup, epiglottitis, GERD, and shock. These are the very important guidelines. You must have to read all these guidelines. This is the example of supraventricular tachycardia, in which heart rate is more than 200 beats per minute. So in this diagram, you are saying the management of the SVT. Initially, patient came with the SVT. You have to assess the patient. Is there shock present or not? We know the signs of shock, right? Tachycardia, cold peripheries, increased CRT, normal or low blood pressure, and other signs as well. If there is no shock, we only go for the vagal maneuvers, and all the vagal maneuvers are defined in these pediatric guidelines. If the patient is in the shock, while arranging other parameters, we start vagal maneuver first. If there is no delay in time, then look, is establishing IV access is quicker than the obtaining defibrillator. If the IV line is quicker, then obtaining the defibrillator, we have to give the IV adenosine. Yes, adenosines. Then after 2 minutes, we can repeat and increasing the dose. If the defibrillator is nearby and we have no delayed in time, then we will give the synchronizing DC current with the 1 joule per kg. Then increasing the joules to 2, then the amiodarone, we can consider amiodarone. And the adenosine is not working, then we can go for the synchronizing shock as well. Passtest.com, this is a screenshot from the passtest.com website. So you have to buy this online subscription. It is a Passtest online bank of questions. There are more than 3,000 questions, so it will cost you around 49 to 109 pounds according to your plans, means 3-month plan, 6-month plan, 1-year plan. So it will cost 49 to 100 sterling pounds. So you have to practice these questions with the explanation. They give the very good explanation with each questions of each options. Now see the screenshot, it is not clear. So see, they give the questions here. 6 years old girl referred by the GP with poor weight gain. Her mother states that she becomes sweaty and tachypneic during feeds. On examination, she has a soft pansystolic murmur. Her chest X-ray shows chest X-ray is performed, which shows cardiomegaly and prominent pulmonary vascular markings. What is the most likely diagnosis? So you have to diagnose from these options, and after the selection, there they can define every options. Means pulmonary stenosis is pulmonary atresia is defining, pulmonary stenosis is defining, and VST also defining here. Now come to the recalls papers. Recall papers are very important to pass these exams. 30 to 40% questions come from the recalls. Be alert doing the recalls papers because that contain a lot of mistakes, as these are the recalls. Now see some recalls. For example, in question number 5, a child with the SMART VST needs elective tonsillectomy. The ENT doctors need pediatric consultation about prophylactic antibiotics. So prophylactic antibiotic with the VST, there is a guideline available. So you see the guidelines. In guidelines, there is no need of prophylactic antibiotics. All the other options are wrong. No need of prophylactic with the tonsillectomy now. So they have changed the guideline. Initially there was we give the antibiotics for prophylaxis in any surgeries. So like this you can solve all the questions. These are the recall questions, very important. Now come to the sample papers. These are available on the RCPCH websites. These are also very important. You will become familiar with software and exam pattern. There is also chance maybe 1 or 2 questions come in exams from the sample paper. This is the screenshot of questions, one question from the sample paper. It's not clear here, so go to the RCPCH website and do sample papers in real time. Now moving forward towards the ethics and palliative notes. Ethics and palliatives are very important, so whenever you find a questions about it, solve it or note it. If possible, make a note from RCPCH website for ethics and palliative. There are notes available in my Telegram channel, so link is given in the below description. Here we finish what to study. Now method of study. Do study in a smart way, like first select one system. Select one system, like I'm showing the CVS from the textbook. Study CVS from the textbook, like LSC textbook of pediatrics, and then the survival guide. Then do the guidelines of that chapter, guideline from the pediatric and neonatal guidelines of CVS. Then do the clinical cases, FOP 50 cases book. Then do the past test online question bank. Then do the recalls and continue in same pattern. Continue in the same order for every system. Remember, repetition and patience is the key to success. With this, I end my today's video. I hope it will be beneficial for all of you guys. All the important links are below in description. If you have any query, then knock me. Kindly do subscribe my channel. Good luck. Keep study. Goodbye.